Day in and day out, the Ravens of the 229 Flight Company work hard to provide the world-class air support that's needed to facilitate training here at Fort Benning and prepare our troops for combat.
Our main job here is to take troops and put them on the battlefield.
From WinSec to Ranger School and everyone in between, if your training requires air support here at Fort Benning, you'll probably be flying with these guys.
Anything the installation needs, aviation, asset-wise, we provide that support. Ranger School support, flying the Ranger students around. We support the Pathfinder course, we support HRSLC. We also do the Halos and any static line operations that anybody needs on an installation.
The Ravens fly everything from air assault and helocast to VIP missions and Brackover flights. But it's missions like Spies and Fries where they really earn their money.
We set up a 70-foot hover above the ground, get stabilized, and then we kick the rope out to them. They'll get everything rigged, rope master on the ground, and give us a thumbs up, and we'll start to lift them up, pull the slack out, and then the idea is to slowly pick each person up off the ground. We'll come up in the air and clear the trees, usually a couple hundred feet above the trees, and that's when we'll start our forward airspeed. And you fly to the nearest safe LZ to put them down in, get them off that rope, and get them inside the aircraft and get out of there.
And then we do Fries missions, which is fast rope insertion, which is another one of our high-risk missions. And that's just coming in and shooting approach at about 30 feet. You're coming in at 100 knots, and then all of a sudden you're going to flare your aircraft up and just stop it on a dime, throw out a rope, and these guys start sliding down.
Flying Blackhawks while soldiers slide down ropes and hang hundreds of feet off the ground is serious business. It requires teamwork and good communications to ensure that it's done right.
Last man on rope. Last man on ground. The relationship between a crew chief and its pilots is utmost important, especially here at Fort Benning, because we do so many types of different missions with this platform.
We depend on them for a lot of things that go on inside that aircraft, i.e., clearing us on turns, making sure there's not any other traffic around us that we could possibly run into, and also when those dangerous missions like Spies, they're letting us know we're not dragging the guys through the trees on takeoff.
And if you think this looks dangerous, try doing it at night.
Goggle Spies is probably the hardest mission that we do here because the pilots have lost all their visual recognition with the ground, and it's hard for them to focus. So at that point in time, they're taking all their commands from us, as far as moving them left, right, up, and down.
The field of view is limited, so your head has to be moving, and there's references very hard to tell, so you really rely on your crew. If you screw it up, you're going to put people into the trees. So not only is it hard to do, but it's very critical that you do it right.
With the variety of missions and so many troops working in and around their aircraft, the crew chiefs work hard to ensure that everything runs smooth and everyone stays safe.
The guys are coming up, we're loading guys, we're making sure their bags are in there, we're making sure they're safe, making sure they're strapped in, making sure they get out when they're supposed to get out. In flight, we're looking out the windows, we're looking out the doors, we're looking out the cargo hook doors, and we're keeping an eye on these guys to make sure that they're not hurting, they're not swinging, oscillating out of control. And the pilots rely on us to feed them that information.
There's a lot of stuff that we couldn't do without those guys. I completely trust all of them we have.
All this high-speed flying allows our troops to get the training they need, so when they go down range, they're prepared for the fight and can hit the ground running.
And that's our job, to give these guys the best training that we can here, so that when they forward deploy to Iraq or Afghanistan, wherever they are, they're prepared to meet their mission and do their job.
The 229 Flight Company works hard to ensure that everyone who flies with them in any capacity gets the best air support available and are in good hands at all times.